Hi, in this video I'm going to go over a few plugins that we install on just about all of our WordPress sites depending on what they're for. But for the most part we install these plugins on all of them for one reason or another. So let's get into it. There are a number of different plugins that we install for a number of different reasons. The first one is W3 Total Cache, and that's something, let me show you here. If you go to your plugins page, just click Add New up here and you can do a search for this. And you see it right here, W3 Total Cache. So you would just type that in the search there, you'll find it, and you can easily install it and activate it. And what that does is it creates a cache of your site. So basically it causes your site to load faster when the users come across an article or the homepage, whatever. The cache already exists and allows it to load much faster, and that's very important, especially currently with Google. They look at that. They really do look at the load speed, and that can affect your rankings in Google. But primarily, mainly, the number one thing is the user experience. If your site is taking, 3, 4, 5 seconds to load, that's a long time, and a lot of visitors are impatient. They'll just close it. I know I've done it many times. If I unless it's a piece of content that I just really is really important, I won't wait. If I'm sitting there for 3 or 4 or 5 seconds for it to load, I'll just close it. And I know a lot of people will too. So it's a really big benefit for the user experience and also for Google. They will not rank pages that take too long to load. So that's the first one. W3 Total Cache is what I use. There's a lot of different ones out there. This is a very stable one that's been around for a while, so it's a good one. Next, related posts, and again, there are many different ones out there. The one we use is related posts via taxonomies, and again, you can just copy that or just type that into the search function within the plugins page, the Add New Plugins page. You can find that and install it. And what that does is it adds, if you open up a post, it adds related posts to the bottom of the article. This is a new site that you're looking at here, so we don't have a whole lot of posts there yet, so it's only showing a couple. But the more there are, it'll just add a list there, and you define how many you want to display there. But there are two primary benefits to this. Number one, for Google, again, it helps with your internal linking structure. It helps distribute that authority of your website throughout your internal pages. So let's say one article, one post gets a whole lot of attention out there and gets a bunch of links to it, so there's a lot of authority pointing into that one article. Well, you have a good internal linking structure that will help distribute that authority all throughout your entire site to help your whole site and not just that one page, while that one page still retains a lot of authority. So it's really good to get as many internal links on each page as possible without going overboard, and related posts are a really good way of doing that, and they're also related, so they're highly relevant, so it's a good structure, a silo structure within each page. And then second, just the user experience, and that's really probably should be first, the user experience. They get done reading a relevant post about something they're interested in, and then they get to the bottom and they see other relevant posts, which they very well may, and a percentage will, go to and read. So that will help your bounce rate, and it helps also with Google. So it's a double positive there. Next, limit login attempts. That's not something you can see, obviously. The plugin we use is called Limit Login Attempts. And what that does is, a lot of WordPress sites are vulnerable, and there are a lot of hackers out there just constantly going after WordPress sites. The first thing you want to do is make sure you don't use admin as your username, because that's common. So what these people will do is go after WordPress sites and then go after WordPress sites that use admin as the username. Once they find all those people, all those sites, then they'll just start brute forcing just all kinds of, thousands or millions of different password variations, and just find all kinds of WordPress sites that are vulnerable that they have access to now. Then they can insert their AdSense code or whatever they're trying to do. So limit login attempts. It makes it to where they can only do so many login attempts, failed attempts, before they aren't allowed to even access the login page anymore. So that's a very important plugin for WordPress sites. I highly recommend you install that. That's limit login attempts. And again, I'm sure there are other plugins out there that do the same thing. This is the one we use. It seems to do well. The next one, floating social bar. We use floating social bar for this site here. There are all kinds of social bar, social sharing plugins out there, but I highly recommend you install something that allows your users, something prominent that they can see, that allows your users to share your content. That is one of the biggest ways that content is consumed these days via social media, especially Facebook, but also Pinterest, Twitter, all these different big social media sites, especially Facebook. But just make sure you have some kind of social sharing on your site. You do not want to have a website in this day and age without social sharing being prominent on every one of your posts. Just very, very crucial these days. The next thing is Facebook comments, and for the same reason we use Facebook comments. Now you can just use the regular built-in WordPress comments, but the same thing is going to happen. It's just going to be a comment on your blog, but the difference is if you use Facebook comments, most people are logged into their Facebook account. Most people online have a Facebook account, and if they're viewing your article, they're probably online. They are online, and they're probably logged into their Facebook account. So if they're logged into their Facebook account, they come here, they're viewing your article, they come down, they say, oh, I'm logged into Facebook, here I can comment. And now that comment, along with the link to your site, is going to show up on their Facebook wall. So that is a very beneficial thing that can get more traffic to your blog post, get more exposure, just a very advantageous. So highly recommend you use Facebook comments. We use that on all of our sites now. We don't even have the standard WordPress comments anymore. And the plugin we use for that is Facebook Comments by Fat Panda right there. In the same way, you can just type that into the plugins page, do a search, install, and activate that. And there are other Facebook comment plugins out there as well. It's not just this one. There's plenty of them out there you can choose from, and you can use a different one. It doesn't matter as long as it does the same thing. But this is a trusted one we've been using for a while. You can also do it manually through the Facebook developers page if you want to go that route, but the plugin just makes it easier, quicker and easier to do. The next one is Read More Copy Link, and this is a plugin. Just started using this particular one, but the concept of what it does has been around for a while. A lot of people use it, and what it does is, let me just show you here. If someone copies any of your content and then they go to paste it, whether it's on their blog or whatever, it will add this line here, and you can customize what this says. You can remove the link if you want and just have a copyright statement, or leave the link in there, and it just adds attribution to you, as they should in the first place. But this does it automatically, so especially automated tools out there, they're going to also copy this and pull that over to wherever they're publishing it as well. And again, you can remove your link if you want and just have the copyright, or you can leave them both in there. We leave them both in there, and it does well. So that's a good one that we recommend, that a lot of people use too. Next, a mobile app, and that depends on, most themes, especially most new themes out there, are already responsive, meaning if your website is pulled up on a mobile phone, like let's say an iPhone, it's going to change the display of the website so the content isn't all garbled up on there on the phone and hard to read. It just removes a lot of the extra stuff and shows more of the content, so it's easier to read on a mobile phone. And these days it's not uncommon for a site, depending on the demographics and the niche, etc., but it's not uncommon for a site to get more traffic from mobile devices than from desktop devices and laptops. So it continues to grow the more people get on our mobile access to the internet with smartphones, etc. So it's only going to get more and more as far as mobile access. So you want to have a mobile version of your website. And like I said, most newer themes already are responsive, but many still are not. So if you have a theme that is not, you'll want to find a good mobile plugin. Now this website that we're looking at here is responsive, so I don't have a plugin installed, but there are plenty of plugins out there. Just go to the plugins page, do a search for mobile website, mobile friendly, whatever, just mobile, and you'll find a lot of them out there. Just look at the reviews. The higher the star rating and the number of reviews, the more trusted it probably is, and go by that and you'll find a good one. Just make sure your website is responsive, meaning it's mobile ready. And another one, the last one, Sumo Me, and this is something, again, this isn't installed on this site either yet. This is a new site. We will get it installed, but let me just show you what that is. It's called Sumo Me, SUMOME, and this is a plugin you can install. They have several different features to it. You can see all these things are included in the plugin. I really like this right here though, the scroll box. If you click on there, you can see what it does. So you scroll down here, and what it does is it adds this slide up or slide over. You can configure it to either slide up or slide in from the side, and it's just a really quick and easy way to build a list. And I highly recommend you building a list no matter what niche you're in, and this is a really easy way. And the reason I really like it is because it's not intrusive like a pop-up, and in some niches you don't want to be too intrusive, but no matter what the niche is, it's going to be noticed. Because it slides up on you or slides over on you while not being intrusive. So you're going to want to either enter your email and get it or close it. So you're going to get action on almost every visitor. They're going to see it, but yet it's not annoying because it's not over all your content. So I really like that. It's really easy to configure. You just configure it with your Aweber or GetResponse, whatever you use. Really quick and easy to do, and really quick and easy way to build a list. So highly recommend that. And that's it for the plugins. Those are, for the most part, those are the plugins we install on just about all of our WordPress sites, and I highly recommend them, and they will help you out in one way or another. And of course, there are also paid plugins out there, all different sorts, that can do some very powerful things. And we're actually about ready to launch a brand new plugin, a new paid plugin for a very low price that's going to help you get traffic and links to your brand new blog posts. So keep an eye out on that. You can actually sign up. Click the link that you see right now on your screen, and you can go there to sign up to be one of the first to be notified of the launch and to get a special pre-launch discount. So I hope that helps. Thanks.